You know, in Bastards, Tarantino made a spaghetti western war movie with violent tropes with a little bit of Mexican and Italian and British cinema all together. Did it win Best Picture at the Oscars? No, no, no. I don't know what they were thinking to make The Hurt Locker a very, very tepid movie to begin with. Inglourious Bastard probably ranks as a top five movie of the 21st century, and I always go back to it because you spend time watching this movie, you see new things. It's almost like eight movies in one, and it's a science fiction war movie because it takes heavy liberties as to what happened to Hitler or what might have happened to Hitler, so it occurs in a parallel universe. Now, Glorious Bastards is a 2009 war film, written directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Brad Pitt, Oscar winner Christoph Waltz, Michael Fassbender, Eli Roth, Diane Kruger, Daniel Brühl, Till Schweiger, and Melanie Laurent. And again, Brad Pitt was ripped off for Best Supporting Actor nomination, and so was Melanie Laurent and Diane Kruger characters. Now, the film tells an alternate history story of the two converging plots to assassinate Nazi Germany's leadership in a Paris cinema, one through a British operation largely carried out by a team of Jewish American soldiers led by the first Lieutenant Aldo Rain, I Want My Scalps, another by French Jewish cinema proprietor Shoshana Dreyfus, who was again ripped off for a Best Supporting Actress nomination, who seeks to avenge her murdered family. Both are faced against Hans Landa, Waltz, an SS colonel with a fearsome reputation for hunting Jews and a penchant for pastries. The title, but not the story, was inspired by Italian director Enzo Castellani's 78 Euro war film, The Inglourious Basterds, but deliberately misspelled as a Basquiat-esque touch. Tarantino wrote the script in 1998, but struggled with the ending and chose instead to direct the two-part film Kill Bill, and of course this put the word bingo in the popular vernacular yet again. After directing Death Proof in 2007, he returned to work on Inglourious Basterds, a co-production in the United States and Germany. The film began principal photography in October 2008 and was filmed in Germany and France with a $70 million production budget, and is all on the screen. Now produced by Lawrence Bender through the Weinstein Company before the scandal broke. It premiered on May 20, 2009 at Cannes and received a wide release in theaters in the United States and Europe in August 2009 by the Weinstein Company Universal Pictures. Now, I consider this one of my favorite movies of the last 15 years or so. There's nothing really compares because I'm a big fan of all types of, the Good, Bad, the Ugly trilogy, the cheapo spaghetti westerns, even Canadian and British war movies that I've seen through the years. Now, it only made $321 million worldwide. You think it would have made more, but the long running time really impacted it because it's technically it's a 3 hour movie, but even 153 minutes, there's a lot going on. Now, it was Tarantino's highest grossing film to that point until it was surpassed by Django Unchained in 2012. The film received critical acclaim, with Waltz's performance as Hans Landa being singled out for praise, the Jew hunter, but some criticize the historical liberties taken. It's a science fiction movie, so fuck off. It also won multiple awards and nominations, among them 8 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. For the role as Landa, Waltz won the Cannes Film Festival's Best Actor Award, as well as the BAFTA, Screen Actors Guild, Critics' Choice, Golden Globe, and Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. And he is a Best Supporting Actor, although he's the lead for the majority of the first part of the movie, The Cruel Opening, which tells the story of why Shoshana eventually becomes, blows up her own screen to kill Hitler and Goering and everybody else. Now, production companies, including the Band Apart, which is his company, and Zante Babelsberg Film. Now, they're distributed by Universal, and again, released in Germany a day before it was released in the States. Now, languages, of course, are English, German, and French, and the overall plot is this. Something happens at the first of the movie, probably one of the best openers ever, where basically it is 1941 in the midst of Vichy France and the Germans trying to clean up the last of the Jews in France and Poland and everyplace else. Now, just to not go on the whole movie, but in how it starts off. In 41, Australian SS Staatenführer Hans Land interrogates French dairy farmer Pierre Labatiste about a fugitive Jewish family, the Dreyfuses. Landa boasts about his nickname the Jew Hunter, then urges La Petite to give up the driveses for the safety of his own family. This is like 12 to 15 minute scene. After La Petite tearfully admits that they're hiding on his floorboards, he directs his men to massacre them by shooting through the floorboards. But one of them gets out, the young Shoshana escapes unharmed. Now, 3 years later, in response to European occupation of Europe and Hitler starting to fade a little bit, U.S. Army Lieutenant Aldo Raine recruits Jewish American soldiers as the Bastards with an ERDS, a Black Ops Commando unit tasked with instilling fear among Nazis in occupying France by killing and scalping them and putting a swastika into survivors. The group includes Sergeant Donnie the Bear Jew Donowitz, Privates First Class Smithsonian Ultewitz, and Omar Ulmer, rogue German Sergeant Hugo Stiglitz, and Austrian-born translator Corporal Wilhelm Wicke. In Germany, Hitler interviews a German soldier who reveals that Raine carved a swastika in his forehead after masking his squad. This will be a plot point later on. Now, Raine leaves his mark on all surviving German soldiers as a way to make their Nazi affiliations clear even after the war. Now, there was some trepidation about the famous scene, I'm a descendant of Aboriginal people and I want my scalps. But in battles, scalps were again a way to determine kills and situation. Now, Brad Pitt was perfectly cast, and I don't think he was given enough credit that he makes the whole movie go, because his character is almost untouchable because you will know us by your cruelty. That's what war was all about. So there's harkens a little bit of Robert Mitchum, a little bit of Lee Marvin, a little bit of John Cassavetes. If James Stewart would basically take a mental freak and become completely evil. Now, I think the reason why this movie to me is better than Django Unchained, no disrespect to Django Unchained. Django Unchained, the bloodletting of that is just ridiculous after a while. And it's played for comic effect, and the N-word is used so prevalently, after a while you get kind of going, And I don't like Bruce Dern as an actor, and I never have, and he's used the stuff. The only thing I like about Inglourious Basterds the best is where Tarantino gets blown up, but the rest of it is just completely over the top. And the way the black actors are portrayed and sometimes used in a movie, especially DiCaprio's blood scene at the table, it's kind of over the top. But as a Jew, in a parallel universe, what would happen if you would kill Hitler? Would end the war, and who would benefit from that? And the Hans Landa character is always taking 2 steps ahead, but the thing with the Brad Pitt character, he's taking 3 steps ahead. So you got to be a certain age to watch the movie. I wouldn't recommend anybody at the age of 15 to watch this movie. You should read up about the importance of German cinema and the propaganda, French cinema and their propaganda, and the fact is there was British historians for both of them. And that's the famous scene where the Fassbender characters recruited by, of all people, Robert Taylor and Mike Myers. That's a weird couple, and having Mike Myers in a movie really fucked me up. I did a column on it, and I said, Jesus fucking Christ, what does Mike Myers do in this movie? But Tarantino, recruits weird cameos. Like, who would think Bruce Willis would speak Canadian in Pulp Fiction? So, Inglourious Basterds, if I could give it 11 out of 11, I'd give it 11 out of 11. But The Hurt Locker, I have never watched The Hurt Locker, nor did I want to. I knew because they felt sorry for Catherine Bigelow, and no offense, if I had to sleep with Mr. Titanic, I'd be feel sorry for that person too. But I mean, Brad Pitt did this. I think the reason why he won a supporting actor award later from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has more to do with this. But our 2 French actresses should have got a Best Supporting Actress nomination, and the lady who played Shoshana, I think she only speaks 3 lines of English or 4 lines of English in the whole movie. I don't want to give it away, but the black cinema operator is underused. Very handsome man. I'm straight, but I think he could have been a bigger star. It could have been nice to maybe hire Ernest Elba, if you can do a cameo, and he stands out for me. But 2 of the bastards that are putting the dynamite into the theater has to be seen to believe. It's a stretch scene, but again, it's a science fiction spaghetti Western war movie. And it's not liberties, it's just a parallel universe. It's like DC Comics. It's a graphic novel brought to DC Comics aesthetic. I give it, like I said, 11 and 11. So that's my take on Inglourious Basterds. If you like what you're doing here with our movie podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.